Monsters were everywhere on the streets, but people were completely oblivious to their existence. Even when someone cried out desperately for help while being devoured, no one responded. In this future world, the first thing people did upon waking was to activate a device on their palm, releasing a bubble that enveloped them. Inside the bubble, they could chat with friends, and special arrows even guided them as they walked. More absurdly, there were dedicated doctors instructing them on urination, and they could watch their idols' live streams while brushing their teeth. At that moment, a strange man suddenly popped up, warning Lisa that she was in danger. However, Lisa didn't believe him. She blocked him and continued chatting with her idol, completely unaware that danger had quietly arrived. When Lisa reached her workplace, a mysterious girl suddenly appeared in her bubble, saying that if she turned off the bubble and observed her colleagues, she could receive a $5 million reward. Initially skeptical, the lure of money drove Lisa to switch off her bubble. Soon, she saw a colleague being consumed by a yellow monster. As someone who had never left her bubble, Lisa's first instinct was to reopen it and watch videos of her idol dancing to escape reality. At this point, Ruby and the doctor's video popped up again, claiming they were here to save her. Now, Lisa just needed to turn off her bubble and use her own eyes to avoid the monsters to be rescued. After hesitating, Lisa finally decided to take their advice and shut off her bubble. She carefully left her desk and stepped towards the exit, but suddenly veered off course and bumped into the corner of a table. Startled, she quickly glanced at the monster, and seeing it ignore her, she stepped forward again, only to unfortunately collide with the table once more. Left with no choice, she had to open her bubble for help, breaking down and expressing that without arrow guidance, she had no idea how to walk and could only rely on the bubble's directions to head out. Under the guidance of the arrows, Lisa quickly left the office, but while waiting for the elevator, she spotted a monster inside at a glance. The arrow was still pointing her forward, causing Ruby and the doctor to hastily urge her to turn around. However, years of dependence and habit made it difficult for Lisa to break free from the bubble's control, even when facing a monster. Fortunately, the monster actively avoided her. After entering the elevator, Lisa tried to call the police, but the bubble system indicated that the lines were busy. At this point, the only one she could trust was the doctor. Arriving outside the company, at the doctor's reminder, she turned off her bubble and observed her surroundings, horrified to discover that monsters were everywhere. Lisa hurriedly reactivated her bubble, having it take her to a safe zone. Once calm, Lisa felt puzzled about the situation around her. The city she was in was shrouded by a forest and protected by a shield. But how exactly had the monsters gotten in?